Hello, welcome back. Today I have this idea to talk about no. And it's very controversial to say no to people because people doesn't like it. And since we were kids, if we say no, we will be disrespectful and people will not like it when we say no. So, welcome back. My name is Rosalina Escolin. I'm the CEO of Bus, and also I'm a real estate empress. So, when you're doing businesses, it's very hard to say no. But the thing is that we were talking about the nervous system, and we have been talking about how our mindset and nervous system affecting everything that we do. And I want to be very clarified on that because we have been making some connections since we were child, since we were growing up. Every time that we get the word no, it was the authority who says not to us, right? But we cannot say no to them. So we need to be aware that even we are adults and we have businesses. We are the CEO in the business. We are the one running the business. We don't like to say no. We have so many experiences with the no. We can have bad experiences, but also, even when we say no, we can have these bad memories that every time that we say no, somebody else get upset with us, or they get mad at us, or people doesn't like it when we say no. And when we start growing up, our parents says no to this, no, 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 no. I don't know. I read once that we have so many no's in our life since we were child that we can get like pretty much adjusted to the word no as the worst thing ever. So how much of our childhood we have been embedded in our DNA the word no, that when we are an adult, when every time that we use the word no, we don't want to use it. Then we prefer to say yes. And when we said no, we don't want to offend anyone and we start to apologizing. I'm so sorry, but I don't want you to get mad at me. But unfortunately, I will not be able to do this, or we are not allowed to do this. And that then put us in a different position. Now it's not authority. Now we are apologizing to someone else to do and follow the rules or do the things that they need to do that is in the policies and procedures of the company, or are is part of what they supposed to be doing as a part of their job description. So, but we don't want the people get upset. We don't want the people get offended because we said no. Unfortunate, there's another thing coming out is we are people pleasing. We prefer to have people as our friends than, or better, that having our company or our business working and running in the correct way. Sometimes we get to use to have someone that help you, and it happens to me. I have an amazing agent. She was super cute. She loved to chat. She loved to be with people, and for me was a good person for have the agents busy. um, I am not the person to go to um, how do you call it? I'm gonna open hours, and I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm not going golfing. I don't do that extra activities. I don't like to be involved when alcohol is included. And unfortunately, when you're eating, alcohol will come. And I try to put myself away from that. And also, I respect my husband. He doesn't like that kind of stuff. So I'm the broker, I'm the owner of the company. So I should have some kind of behavior, and because people are looking at me, and the reputation of the office it would be on me, right? So I had to say no. I had to put an excuse for not to be part of those events. When I was on the events, maybe we were celebrating something in the office or for the office, like the Christmas party. We went once to this place like for eating tacos, and we spent, my husband and I, we spent just a little bit of the time with them. I was with my husband, and we spent the time, but when we had to say bye, we had to say bye. And the thing is that we need to remember that people will not like it when we say no, but we need to remember that how do I feel? How is my nervous system? Why or what I am accepting just to please somebody else? What are my values? And all the things are going to be related with, because the thing is that my mindset, so I'm happy, I want to do this, this is the momentum to do the sales, and then this person just come with their mindset completely conflicted, and even is not connected with us. And then how we gonna be affecting, how that it will affecting our nervous system. We need to take care of ourselves, and we need to know, and we need to say no, no matter what. It's hard, of course it's hard. There was a time that I restructured my office. The first office, I moved my office to another big office, thinking that it would be the best decision for my agents. I lose everything. I went bankruptcy. It was like a big, huge momentum for me. I restructured everything. I opened again the offices. Okay. So, but the thing is that this particular agent get mad at me because I didn't tell her anything. I don't have to tell you anything. That's when the things, but that's what the boundaries come. You're here, we're helping each other because I was paying her as well, and we were working together. But my boundaries is, this is my personal life. Are my decisions. You're just part of the office. I love you, and I very grateful for what you're doing for me, but that's the line. There's nothing else. So I have another agent that doesn't talk to me. I'm not going to die for that. I have agents that I had to say no, really, in their faces, because I'm not going to accept your behavior in my office. People calling over the phone, I start yelling at you. It happens to me twice with the same person. I says, hon, I'm so sorry. I cannot accept this kind of behavior, because when I just saw the phone number in my phone, and my nervous system, it was in fight or flight. Myself, my body, my system doesn't need to get that. I'm trying to be in peace and in love, because I need to be ready to solve the problems. But I don't need people with that energy, with that mental madness that she has. Her mental mindset was crazy. Even she called me once to come back to the office, and I says, but if you're okay in the office that you are, you don't need to come back to me. You don't need to, right? It's like a, don't come, right? I don't want you to be in the office. I had to tell people, yeah, no, thank you. And even sounds very strong. For me, it's more important myself, my mental mindset, my nervous system, because every time that that person sends you an email, that person sends you a text message, even if your manager. Guys, I was working in Ken Hovnanian Homes just for a year. I think I didn't have the year. Yeah, it was on December or January that I was laid off. But it's because of this. My manager liked to use and raise his voice when he was in the manager position, right? When he wants to put things together, or he wants something to be done properly. All the houses that I used to sell for Ken Hovnanian Homes, all the contracts were already in the system because they were built, right? I never make a new contract. By the time that they give me the training, by the time I was doing a new construction, the new contracts, of course, I don't know how to make them. They didn't train me back. They put me over there to do the contract. So I follow the contract as my best. And he was not pleased with that. So one day he raised his voice and I told him, I'm so sorry. I cannot tolerate this. My husband doesn't yell at me. And this is not the behavior that I can accept from you. And today I am not feeling well. So I think I would like to take the weekend off. And that one was, I think, was on Saturday. And Saturday I work Saturday, Sunday. So he says, take the weekend. That's okay, and get back to us on Monday. Before 9 o'clock on Monday, he was text messaging me that he want to see me at the office. I went to the office and he was letting me know that they will let me go. And I says, perfect. You're letting me go because I did not accept these behaviors from you to me. This is my boundaries. I will not accept anyone to yell at me for any reason, not even my dad. And he is my dad. My husband, not even my husband. So I put my boundaries. I was the rookie of the year. I was the third person selling, and he let me go. And I said, perfect. I will leave him. The company. There's no problem. Well, people say karma. Something happened and he's not in the company anymore. But things are, you need to say no and you need to be strong. The war will not end. That's not the only door open. After that, I opened my office with 500 agents. My agents were working with him because he was not a manager anymore. He was a sales consultant in a new developer company. How the life goes around, goes around. It was my time. He let me go. I did not accept that. All of a sudden, we were in different positions. And I just know that my agents told me, no, I did. My deal was with this sales consultant. Oh, really? That's the way that I know that he was not in his managing position anymore. So you need to know your boundaries. And if you are a CEO and you don't want to put yourself in that position to call HR, use your resources. You have policies and procedures. Make reference to that. It's not you, it's the company requirement. It's what the company wants. If you are the company, if you are the owner, then you need to enforce it because it's your reputation, it's your company, it's your value, is your system, is your nervous system, is your mindset. Say no. We have been learned that since we were kids. No, you don't. We don't have money. We're not going to this place. You cannot talk when I'm talking. You're not coming, or somebody, or you're not going to this place, or you're not behaving good, and we were doing nothing. But no, 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 no was part of our vocabulary. And the no is not well used. When we had to enforce a no, now is disrespectful. It happens. How many times we have, the thing is that our parents raise us. Our parents make us to know our values, morals, right? Wow, they create this personality. They were the one in charge of it. Whatever happened, there's two, their mom and dad on me. And they were giving me different ideas and different information, and those information was the no. But one gene is gonna go over the other. My parents, they say that I'm always the one. I'm no and no and no, and I fight over. If I'm right, I have been get so much in my bedroom, um, because I wasn't behaving good. But it's because if you tell me no, why not? That's not a reason. Give me a reason. And that is even bad because now it sounds like you are challenging them or you're not respecting them. No, it's because I want to know, what did I do wrong? Because it's not wrong for me. Why is wrong for you? I'm learning, you're teaching me, but I'm making my own decisions. All of a sudden I have my own personality. All of a sudden I'm this unique person that came from you and your partner. So something happened. Oh, she's like her mom, or she's like her dad, or we don't know. It's exactly as her grandma, my niece, her grandma. When my niece goes all crazy, her grandma says, "You are the same as your aunt." That's me. Of course. She has my genes. She knows. And the thing is that that girl is like me. She talk back, she put the faces, she get upset, and she say the things that she has to say. But that's her personality. She has to deal with that, right? Because when we get older, we start learning that we need to slow down. But the thing is that we are already with a no, and when we use it for other person that have the authority, now we are what? Breaking that boundary. We are disrespectful, but it's not that. That's what I believe. That's what my morals are. And then you need to be careful with this because it's happening in your personal life, it's happening in your business. In my personal life, I have a florist store once, right? I was a florist and I had this client that I was going to make their wedding. The mom of the bride, she came and she told me, "Hey, I want you to go to this flower shop and go and talk with so and so because they are going to tell you exactly how I want the floral arrangements." And I says, "Perfect. So you will tell so and so that also make you the budget for the wedding because I'm not going to do your wedding. I'm sorry." That is my boundaries. I don't need to allow her to do that. If you select me to do your flowers arrangements, it's because you already saw my work. Why you're now double thinking about that? Why you're doubting about my art, my expertise? I found that disrespectful. But my boundaries is I'm not going to do the flowers. I'm sorry. And she begged me so much. And I says, "No, I'm so sorry." Because I think that that person is going to make it even better. One, she already showed me that she maybe would not be happy with my work. Second, I don't want to do it. That's it. I am not for that. And when we are doing businesses, you will see people trying to get the shortcut to finish stuff. I have agents that send papers, but that's not the correct way for me to send a check or to pay a compensation. Send me all the documents that I need. Is for audit and is also for the document for the quality control that we have at the office. People get upset. I don't care because they can leave the office and they do it very frequently. So they leave the office, they don't want to deal with that anymore, and all of a sudden you have a lawsuit. Who is the one responsible? I am the one responsible. It's my license as the broker. If they want to lose their license as the real estate agent, who is the person in charge? Then it's me. It's always me. So how much of those no you're allowed to use it to know who you are and let them know who is really the person in charge. It's the same no that you give to your kids. That no that you're using with them, and you explain why you're not allowing this, get ready. is coming back to you, because it's going to happen. They are going to develop their own personality, their own values, their own nervous system, their own uh, mental mindset. And they will say, I don't think that that no should be no. It's maybe a possibility or a yes, but this and this and this, and not necessarily a full no. Because we bring our no's from our past, for our parents, the way that we were growing up, and the experiences that we have. How many friends you say no and they get mad at you? And then you don't want to lose your friends and you say yes. And then you're mad at yourself because you say yes and you're in the big mess with your friends or whatever happened. You need to know your boundaries. Boundaries, mental mindset, and your nervous system are connected, because at the moment that you say yes when you're supposed to say no, be be ready, because things are going to start piling up that you're not allowed to accept, and now you're going to get upset, now you're going to get mad. What are you doing? You're contaminating your mental mindset and your nervous system. It is worth it? No, it's not worth it. It's better that that kind of people just go away. There's so many places. I'm about to close my offices, and I'm super happy that there's other companies and other people willing, ready, and able to work with the agents. Because when you are not willing to continue giving your mental mindset and put your nervous system on the edge, then it's better say no. It's not that don't, it's not that close your businesses, because it's the offices. I'm going to continue doing construction with my husband. That's another monster, because now the company is growing, and now us as a couple, as a partners, as a business owners, we're growing in a different in a different in a different direction, and I would like to continue working with him. So, but you need to use your power as a CEO to say no. You will find people that trying to use the shortcut, and they will give it to you hard time. They're going to give it to you headaches. Oh, another thing, when you have people that they are not following the rules, you have policies and procedures, they know what to do, always write it down. Yes, I spoke with this person, so and so, this day, and we're talking about this and this and this. Leave everything in writing. Even the law here in the United States is pro the owners or the companies. You never know. You sometimes make decisions because you're in this good mood and energy, and you give them like an increase on the salary, or give it the bonuses, or even in the yearly or every 3 months or 6 months or year a review report. You give them a good report and review as well. You need to be careful, because at the moment that this person has some kind of behavior that you don't like it, but you let it there, everything's going to pile up. And when you find the way to let that person go, maybe that person have enough information to come back and sue you. If we allow it once, we will allow it twice and three times. And the thing is that we had been taught since kids that no is not good. And we don't say no to authority, but we need to say no because it's our boundaries. We need to remember that right now, people do not respect authority. If people do not respect authority and your authority, you need to leave yourself be respected. And the only one that you can say is say no and put your boundaries. Is everything is like that. Your kids, no. Your husband, no. With respect and love. because we need to respect ourselves. When I was thinking about this, um, I was also, I have, I, I said people working with you, people could get offended, the boundaries, opportunities. Sometimes the no is a big silence. Not even answer back or say anything back to anyone. I'm trying to get the page that I write everything last night. I'm so sorry. Um, but you need to do it. You need to be very, very strong on that. Um, that's why I had to look at it. I had this situation and it's very personal. My brother used to work with me in my office. And I had this client that called me and told me a few stuff. And I get very upset. First is my brother. Second, it was is a friend of my dad, the client. And I saw that so disrespectful from my brother to me and my dad. But my parents were not going to say anything. So I need to be the one making the decision. So I told him that I do not tolerate his excuses, that he should be calling me, and I was able to help him and continue and help him to move forward with this deal. He asked me, if you sell the house, are you going to pay me a compensation? I says, no. Why? Because he wasn't working with the code of ethic and responsibilities that I was expecting from him. I don't care about anybody else in the office, but he's my brother. So he should be doing the things that he has to do, and he should call me if he needs help. Not when things are like this big, another client is calling me. So I say no. So he go remove his office and he went to somebody else move office. Okay, perfect. I'm very happy for you, and I hope that you have everything that you need in that office. I have agents leaving the office. I have one agent that called me one. He says, "Oh, honey, thank you so much. I'm leaving the office because I finished my like preschool or elementary school." And I said, "Hon, congratulations. It's time for you to move. Of course, go and move. There's not a problem. She haven't done anything else. Unfortunate. It's no, okay, no, it's no for both of us because then your attitude and this energy, I don't want it in the office. I don't want it near me. So now I'm taking care of my boundaries even more. It's like I'm making a huge area, like a magnetized area, repellents, and we'll see it that way, around me to protect myself because they want to do the way that they wanted to do it on their own way. Yeah, no, but the real estate has policies and procedures. And your company, I'm sure that they have the same thing. So you have to be careful with that. Um, if you have business proposals and you're not agree with the terms, say no now, no later. When you're doing businesses, and this is super funny, we start super happy. Everything is so lovely. This is the most romantic stage in the business proposal. Everybody say yes to everything because there's nothing on the table. There's nothing to be divided. At the moment that the things going good and things are moving forward, money start coming in, things getting not good, now people want to divide. Now people wants to remove themselves. Now there's not a love anymore. How can you protect yourself and say no? say no since the beginning. Is this is a partnership? Take your time to breathe. Just talk to yourself. This really a good partnership for me. I really looking for this. This is what I need right now, or I can wait. What would be my best decision? Look at your nervous system. Your gut will tell you. How many times we says, "Oh no, I took the wrong." Sometimes we says, "Oh, I should take that exit. Look, I'm in the traffic and here is an accident. And I know that I need to go to that one because I feel it." How many times we said, "I know it and I feel it"? That was your nervous system letting you know, hey, something's going to happen. Listen to me. But we're not listening to that. And even, let me go back to that. It's not even our nervous system. It's our God universe inside of us telling us, hey guys, be careful. Don't do that. And then you get like a excitement and scare at the same time. Oh, put those two together. You put it together because you're feeling it right now. Okay, why I feel good, why I feel worry, why I feel like so much. I don't know what I'm going to do. Is this the best decision? Is this not the best decision? You know that the people, they said, let me just sleep on it. Sometimes just sleep on it because you're already feeling it. Don't make any decision because what you're feeling, that God is your God, is your universe telling you, is your ancestors, if your guided angels telling you, do not make the decision yet. Stop. Be careful. And sometimes we don't hear. We don't want to hear. We want to make our own decision mentally, and we forgot that we are energy and we can feel and know everything. But it's when they says slow down and smell the roses. It's exactly that. Slow down. Put your nervous system not in the fight or flight. Try to rest. Try to elevate your energies. That's the moment to make decision. That's when you're going to make the right decisions. Um, it will bring frictions, of course. You say no, and it happens when you're trying to say no to your parents. They could be adults, and we are adults, but sometimes they want to be involved with a lot of love. They do it because they love us, but we put some boundaries. But when you want to put your boundaries, you need to be respectful too. He says, I appreciate your concern. I appreciate this and this. I will take your advice. I will think about it. But at the end, I'm going to make my own decision. You're appreciating them. You're letting them know that you're going to listen to their advice and you're honoring them. But if not the correct decision for you, it's not the correct decision for you. But it's hard, but you had to do it. You had to do it. Okay, so careful with that. um I have a client the other day. I read it out. I have a client the other day that has a client. He really is a partner of my husband, and they're looking at land, and we sent one land, and he says the client is not willing to pay more than $400,000 for the land. So I make an offer for 390,000. So 10,000 under the number that he says. They get back to me. They says, no, the client says that he will not pay anything more than $350,000. I said, I'm sorry. He can then go and look for another properties. What really bothers me was, don't give me number, because now I'm trying to do, I'm dropping the price a lot. So, but you told me since the beginning, I will go all the way down and let's see what happened. But don't give me 400. I'm going under. Now you want to be under. No, 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 no. I'm not going to abuse that seller because you are my client. I don't do that. I work very fair. I know I can get some numbers. I can put those numbers together and make the best decision and the best transaction. At the moment that they call me, told me that, I get upset. My nervous system. Why? Because I feel offended. Why? Because you're offending me and you're offending the seller. If you want to do a deal, just tell me the numbers right away. Don't play with me. And that put me like, oh, that's okay. No problem. Look for any land. If you find it, just let me know. And that's it. That's everything that I do. So you have to be careful. Say no to the partners. And something happened at the beginning. Be so crystal clear that when something else happen again, you can say, I told you since the beginning that this and this and this and this and this. Do not tolerate other people's behaviors and you abuse of your mental mindset and your nervous system. It's not worth it. Businesses, you can start business all the time. Your body, your mental mindset, your body, you know that you can get sick for so much stress. That stress will kill you. If you can take advantage to know the things before in advance and start it's like you're having the perfect business, the perfect business partners, the perfect client. Say the things since the beginning. Be crystal clear of everything that you are able and not able to do. That they cannot say, oh, I told you this and you didn't. No, no, no. Because when you say yes instead to say no because you want to keep the client, you are now having a big problem on yourself. And wait for the problem. Wait for that fight or flight. Wait for that mental mindset going, you know where. And also wait for you to start feeling uncomfortable. And now the stress and now the I don't want to deal with the client. This client is annoying. This client this and this client that. It's not the client. You accepted since the beginning. You break your boundaries and now you've been affected for something that you saw since the beginning, but you want the client. But all this is your own decisions. How much you are as a people pleasing, that saying yes to everything when you have to say no, no matter the consequences. You are the most important, and that no will save you so much headaches. And your health will be so perfect because of those no. And I guarantee you that you will be more happier because you will say, I'm happy, I finished, I did this in my own terms. So I hope that you like this. Thank you so much. Remember that we had the course that we're providing for the real estate. Without the license, you can start making money in the real estate. Now the market is super amazing. There's so many houses on sale that you can take advantage. You do not need a license to become a real estate agent because you don't need to do that. You do it as an investor. And even to purchase your own property, you do not need a license. So all that information, how to read the contract, the law, and things like that, they are in my 7 days master class that you will see under the description box. And also we have another course that is Rebirth. How can I come from this catastrophic situation and overcome and to be the empress and create an empire? I have this lady that she came from a divorce after 10 years and I met her like for 1 or 2 hours because I was with this agent that want me to know her because I know the location, I know the property that they were talking about, and he want me as his expertise broker. So I went there. Now the lady is all over the place. She took back her career. She is sewing back the X, and she's getting control of her life. And also, I have that course right there in the description box because we can restructure ourselves. We can change our life. Everything is depend on you, your mindset, and your nervous system because that is the key. So take care. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.